Let's cross over now to Sam Ogina, who is in Siaya County, to bring us the latest.
Well, Vicky, it has been an eventful day here in Siaya County. This is now the 4th constituency out of 6 constituencies that we are visiting. We started off in Alego Songa, went to Bondo, proceeded from Bondo to Ugenya, and now we are in Ugunja constituency. Maybe the only constituencies that we are yet to visit should be Game and Rarieda. But, well, the situation here, as you can see, is a stark contrast from what we witnessed in the morning, because morning hours we saw long queues dotting all the polling stations. Now what you can see is really quite an empty polling station, as you can see. Just a few maybe remaining voters waiting on the queue to cast their ballots. Are really opposite of what we witnessed in the morning, and just people seated. I think they are yet to be assisted. And probably if I can run you through the challenges that we've been able to witness here is the operations of the KIMS kit. There are those individuals or voters who the KIMS kit have malfunctioned on them, or better yet, their biometrics have not been able to be to work with the KIMS kit. Now, what the presiding officers are doing really is, if the KIMS kit is not working on you, then what they will do is the KIMS kit, and if it produces your credentials, then they are going to proceed to take a photo of you, and from that exercise, the photo should be able to correspond with your facial expressions or with your facial details. And on that account, there is at least a voter that exercise terribly failed on them, and now that is something that the presiding officer has to deal with, to ensure that this voter is not left out, just to come up with a solution. And then also the other thing is, we've been able to witness a voter who came here with a photocopy of their ID. Now remember, that is really not the identification card or identification procedure that is stipulated by the Electoral Commission. So that particular voter was told to just go back and find their original identification card, and so they were not able to vote. And then something else, probably even as we make our way into the polling station, is the number of old people who were able to turn up to cast their ballot and exercise their democratic right. There was quite a high number of those individuals who have come, the old ones, people being wheeled in, some through borders, and some just being ferried to ensure that they cast their ballot. Of course, we were able to witness early morning. What transpired was border riders were actually among the first people who turned up to cast their ballots, and then of course after that they said their mission is now to go back into their homes or into their villages and ensure that the elderly, that is their fathers and mothers, are not left behind, that they will be doing the community service, to put it that way, to ensure that they are able to aid those who are not able to walk or are immobile, but have the urge of casting their ballots to make their way to the polling station. So as you can see, that is the exercise going on. Maybe just we move closer so that you see the magnitude of the exercise here. If you can just look closely at that booklet, clearly it shows that quite a number of people have cast their ballots. And of course, the exercise is continuing. Probably in a matter of hours, it should be coming to a close. But at this particular polling station in Ugunja constituency, the numbers really have gone really low. Probably that is because at every polling station, they're only having 700 registered voters per polling station. So given the the booklets as they look, clearly it means that the turnout here is something that is quite encouraging, and of course people turning out in all forms and manners, mothers, children coming along with their children, saying that they don't want to miss out on this all-important exercise. And as such, the photo that you're seeing on your screen is just of a mother and her child undertaking this crucial exercise. So we will just allow them to exercise their democratic right in private, even as we walk out slowly. So, Vicky, that is the situation here, and as I said, the main issue really is the issue of identification of voters, and the main problem being that the KIMS kits, some of them are actually malfunctioning, and on that account, the presiding officers have to come and just find a way of enabling those voters who are not being able to be identified by the KIMS kit to be able to cast their ballots. And of course, the difference that we've noted with this polling station from the other polling stations that we visited is in this particular polling station, there is no the manual voter register, because in the other polling station, what was happening is you will be identified biometrically, and then from there your name will be cancelled from the manual voter register. But in this particular polling station, there is no the provision of the manual voter register. It's just the biometric voter register. You are identified through that register, and if not, then that's when the presiding officer steps in to ensure that you are not disenfranchised, that you're able to cast your ballot, and through any other method, of course, replacing of the KIMS kit being one of them. So back to you at the communication center.
Sam Ogina there speaking to us live from county number 41, that is Siaya, 533,595. We're sticking with the numbers because it's all about the numbers, right, Vicky?
It is indeed.